Hello guys, welcome back to Rant's Not Over. So now we're gonna go over, like I said in my last video, the tips and tricks to getting out of the domestic violence situation or getting away from the narcissist. Number one, there are steps to getting out of this situation. This is not something that is an overnight thing. And one thing I learned about being in a narcissistic relationship is that you don't leave until you're completely ready. Like, you have to truly be ready to leave, and don't beat yourself up if you're not ready to leave, but just remember that only you can choose and make the decisions to get your happiness. And maybe you are fed up, maybe you are really truly ready to leave. You just need some advice, or it's something that you're missing and you need to know that can help you make a decision. So first, you want to evaluate, what is the reason that you stay? I'm going to name a couple of reasons why some people stay in the relationship with the narc. Number one, you're afraid that they'll do better with someone else. As I mentioned in my last video, sometimes the fear that they will do better for someone else can keep you staying around. And even, let's say that in the case that they do better for someone else, you have to understand that sometimes if they're not going to do good for you, it doesn't matter if you stay. If they decide to leave and go be with someone else, regardless of them being with you, they're going to leave. They're going to do what they're going to do. There's nothing you can do to change this person or how they treat you. No matter how good you are to them, no matter how much you listen to what they say and you try to change yourself and fix whatever they say is wrong with you. Another reason a lot of people stay is because of their beliefs. Whether you believe in God or whatever you believe in, I'm going to go off of God because that is my belief, and I can only speak of my own belief. I can't speak of anyone else's. But if whatever you believe in, if what you believe in has anything to do with love, well, God is love. And a lot of people will say, well, why would he allow this and that to happen? And some things we just don't understand, and I can't get fully into that on this video because it's not about that. But I will tell you that if you believe in God and God is love, why would he want you to go through that? Even if you're married to this person, why would he want you to go through that? You know, if he loves you. And we'll continue on. You're afraid of judgment from family. A lot of times, especially if you come from a religious family, they will judge you or disown you for leaving this person, and they probably don't really even know how this person is to you or how abusive, because this person has painted this picture of themselves to be whoever they have pictured, whoever they want your family to see, so that they won't believe what you say. And a lot of times, sadly, your family is the last person that's going to be able to support you. It is very hard to get the support of your family, but there's other ways around it, which I will get to very soon. Another one of the reasons people might stay is they're afraid to be alone, or afraid that they can't find anyone better. And we'll get to that as well. One of the most common reasons is you're afraid for your life or the life of your loved ones. Another reason can be that you're afraid to start over. And there also can be the fact that you might be financially dependent on this person. You don't think you deserve better. And then last, you don't know why you stay, but you're there, and you even question yourself, like, why am I here? If I missed any of the reasons, please feel free to leave down in the comments and let me know of a reason that you possibly are staying. if you're going through this situation, and I will get into that and so on forth. If I missed anything, please feel free. Know that this person is not going to do better for another person. 9 out of 10, this person has had other relationships prior to you and they did the same thing. The thing about a narcissistic person is they don't know that they are in a wrong. They can make you feel sorry for them and all kinds of things. And they will go anywhere in amount of any and use amount of anything. They don't have any limits on what they use to make you feel sorry for them, whether it be their past or whatever. They excuse their behaviors, and it's always some excuse of why they're being the way that they are. It's always some excuse why they're treating you the way they are. It's always some excuse why they don't care about your feelings when you're sitting up there crying. It's always an excuse, and these people really don't see that they're wrong. They really don't think mentally that they're wrong. The thing about a person that doesn't think that they're wrong, they're not going to change. Why would anybody change something if they think that it's not wrong? Trust me, they're not going to go into another relationship and do better. They are going to do the same thing to the next person. There's nothing such as this person. Did all this work. You feel that you've done so much work in this relationship and they're going to go in another relationship and do better. Nothing such. They're not. They can make you believe that they will just to keep you around, but it's not. And there's still a chance that they will still leave you. So you're holding on to this person and you're holding on to pain and the possibility that they'll still leave you for another person either way. I will tell you the best feeling in the world was when I made the decision to leave instead of waiting on this person to leave. It feels better to be the one to leave. And sometimes that's not the situation for you. You may not be the one that left. But in my later on videos, I will get to more on if you're the one that has been left or discarded by the narcissist. God died for our sins and he loves us, and he would never want you to stay in a relationship with someone that is hurting you just because you made a commitment to marry them. There is better for you, and chances are you married someone that God didn't even have ordained for you, someone that wasn't even meant for you. Whoever God has for you or has set out there ready for you when you heal is not going to hurt you. They're going to love you, because it says in the Bible to love your wife as God loves the church. For the longest, I did stay within my marriage because I didn't believe in divorce, and I thought that God would be mad at me. But when I was going through that situation, I prayed to him and I said, hey, if this is not where you want me, you say that you love me, and this is not where you want me, please open up this door for this situation. And that door was open for me. It is never easy to be judged or disowned by your own family. However, your family, they are living their lives. They are probably happy, whatever the case may be, and you're going to be miserable in this relationship because you're afraid of their judgment or them disowning you. Once again, your family is going to have the hardest time supporting you through situations that half of them don't even truly understand. And sometimes you even have family members who have been through those situations and they should be understanding, but you cannot expect that out of them. Know that when you make this decision that you will find your own family, when you find a support group near you full of people who are understanding and will be loving and caring to your situation. Once you have given yourself time to heal and once you've given yourself time to heal, you will eventually find that person. But you do also have to understand that you have to be okay with being alone for a while and allowing yourself that time to heal, finding hobbies, finding a support group, like I said. Because as long as you carry the baggage, whether it's childhood trauma or you're still holding the trauma of that person, either you can go into another relationship that actually is good for you and you can ruin it because you haven't healed from so many of these things. And I will get into that also because I've had that experience and I finally did find someone that is good to me. Never thought that I'd be here. Moving along though. healing is essential for your next relationship. Number one, when you go through healing, you are taking time to learn from your past mistakes. And not to say that we all make mistakes. We all make decisions that we're not proud of, but don't beat yourself up. If we don't make mistakes, we don't learn from anything. You have to make mistakes to learn. Mistakes are not a bad thing to make. We all make them. Never let anyone or yourself feel bad about the decisions that you have made, and just understand to learn from them, and understand that when you learn and you have dated a certain type of person, learn from this relationship so that you don't carry on and find another person. Because 9 out of 10, a person who has not healed from a past narcissistic relationship ends up in another one. Most women or men who have already been in a narcissistic relationship some of them have been in 2 to 3 relationships where it was narcissistic, because they jumped into another situation because they were afraid to be alone. I can guarantee you that being alone is better than feeling alone with someone that you care about, but they are hurting you and they are causing you pain. And being alone is not the worst thing. I can't say that I used to be afraid to be alone, but I did want a relationship. I did want someone. I did want a marriage. I had so many goals that I wanted to achieve when it came to a relationship. And, it wasn't really worth it. And it was when I took time to myself. Yes, it was hard. I had to find ways to keep myself busy, whether I was doing things to keep myself in a healing process, or just keeping myself busy. And again, I will get to other things in my story later on. I'm also writing a book, so I'm not going to give too much of my story. I just want to give like nits and bits to help out with this process. But understand that you have to learn to be happy alone before you're really going to truly find the person that's going to make you feel whole. Because for one, the first person that has to make you feel whole for things to work out is you. If you don't feel whole by yourself, you're not going to find someone that's going to love you properly, because you will accept anything if you don't learn to be whole by yourself. If you don't learn to love yourself, if you don't learn to value yourself, if you don't learn to keep and set boundaries with people that you're going to even so much have a relationship with, and all of that goes with, you need to heal and understand that you are not the problem half the time, but also you can be the problem if you don't allow yourself time to heal. And I say it's so much when it comes to healing, because healing is so important. So important. So I'm going to say it a lot. Heal, heal, heal. Let yourself heal. Don't be afraid to be alone. It is not the worst thing. Man, I didn't know I could do it, but when I felt happy alone, nobody was stressing me. Nobody was cheating on me. Nobody was doing anything. Nobody was breaking my peace. And it was just me and my kids. I could wake up in the morning without an argument. I could do so much stuff, and I felt so free, and it was liberating. And it sounds bad at first, and it was not easy at first. It was depressing at first. Nobody said it's going to be easy. You just have to allow yourself to feel that pain, and remember that that pain is something that you don't want to feel. It's something that made you miserable, and you don't want to go through it again. So allow yourself that time to heal, so you do not feel what you are feeling again. Sometimes starting over is not easy. And if you have a shelter nearby, or whatever, you're afraid that you and your kids, if you have kids, sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, is start over, especially when you have kids. It's very difficult, and I have kids, and I can say it wasn't easy. Like I said, I went to a nearby shelter. You even have shelters that might be outside of your city, because maybe you don't have a shelter nearby. Maybe there's nothing open nearby, but there is always a way. Just don't give up on those ways. And again, I will get to more of those things in other videos on surviving starting over. But starting over is not the worst thing, especially when you know, like, you're gonna have peace. And when I started over and I got my apartment again, and I got that key to another apartment that he didn't have a key to, let me tell you, liberating. So liberating. If you think that you don't deserve better, you do. And I don't care what that person has told you, or the people that you, let's say you have childhood trauma and all you know is pain. Understand that a lot of times people go through stuff, and that doesn't mean that they deserve to go through it. It just means that there's something about you that people want to tear you down. You possibly are a pure-hearted person. If you find yourself always helping people, always putting yourself in service, always putting others before yourself, that's because you have a pure heart. And baby, you deserve to be happy. You deserve peace. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. And don't believe anything that anybody tells you. You deserve better. You just have to go and get it. It is yours to grab when you make that decision to get what you deserve. And it is not being talked down on. It is not being beat on. It is not being treated any kind of way, no matter what you've been through. And another reason, like that last reason I said that people don't leave, is a trauma bond, and people are not familiar with a trauma bond. I urge you to go and do more research on trauma bond, because if you do more research when it comes to trauma bonds, it will help you have a better understanding of the tactics of this narcissistic person. There are so many videos. This video ends because my other one ended for whatever reason. Make sure you go look up trauma bond. Go on a YouTube and look up trauma bond and more things about narcissism. You can find more information than what I'm giving you here on it. So yes, make sure that you go. After you have found your reason why you stay and you have done some research on trauma bond, see me at my next video where I will give more steps in getting past and getting out of this relationship. Again, I want to end this with saying that you don't deserve whatever you're going through, and you do deserve better, and there is better. This person probably has you believing that there isn't, but there is. Last thing I want to leave you with is the National Domestics Hotline is 800-799-7233. Again, that's 800-799-7233. Also, you can reach them at an SMS text at an SMS text. So text START to 88788, and I will leave that in the description, this information in the description, so you can find that. Again, like I said earlier, if I missed anything, please feel free to leave something in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.